Hey there guys, and welcome back to Factorio 0.17 Vanilla, start to finish. I'm Xterminator, and it's been a little bit, it's been a couple days. I've been really focusing on Satisfactory since I have a little bit of a limited time to record for that. But I want you to know the series is obviously not over. We are continuing it, and our goal today is to work on a mall, as I said last episode. So typically, I do prefer to put them all first, like before my sciences, but it didn't really work out that way in this playthrough. As you can see, there's not really room to add it in here. So we're just going to add it here after military science. It's not that big of a deal to split up the sciences. It just makes like routing them to the labs maybe a little bit more difficult later on. But that's certainly not too bad. And it should hopefully fit in this width here. I'm going to use the rest of these grenades to clear some room, and that should be about good. There's several things I want to prioritize setting up here. The first one being pipes and inserters are really the main ones. We have some belt already being stored from our green science. We will want red belt eventually, so we may want to preemptively set some of that up, but I'm not quite sure yet. I'm going to space this out a little bit just so we have room to route everything. So let's work on inserters first. First off, we want these guys being made, but at this point, since we have fast inserters, I actually don't really want normal inserters, and again, we have a few of those boxed up here. So I'm not going to box these, but what I am going to do is we're going to just insert them into here directly, this direct insertion, because it's a one-to-one in terms of how many each thing requires for the crafting time. And then we'll need to add in some iron and circuits for the fast inserters. Also, this reminded me, someone had a very good point. We can actually direct insert these. Like I could make the middle one here yellow ammo and then space these out and direct insert into two piercing ammo machines, which is definitely viable. I just didn't think of it at that moment. And then also we need some long-handed inserters. So I'm actually going to do kind of a double. We could have this one feed both, but I think this is actually not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. That's not really going to be quite enough production. So with that there, we actually are going to need quite a few fast inserters to do this. So let's have these guys here. Now this guy requires gears on top of the iron and circuits, and this one also requires gears. So really, we only need to run circuits to here. This one does not require circuits. So this guy needs circuits, this guy needs circuits and iron. And then this needs gears. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to combine iron circuits on the one belt, and then we're going to have gears on this other belt that'll just come all the way down to the end here. So we actually need long-handed to set up the long-handed. Let's do that, and do that. Now this is not going to be like the fastest thing ever, but it doesn't need to be because we're not going to be constantly pulling from it. It's not like science, right, where there's a constant draw. Okay, and then this guy's just going to come down to right here. Because this needs to be combined iron and circuits, and this needs to be gears. So let's bring our belts on over here. I'm going over here to get a few more belts. I need some splitters and stuff. Okay, so circuits. This guy, I suppose we could underground. A little bit of a waste for that, but that's okay. This actually should be pulled back to there. And then this guy goes here. Bring this over, and this is going to be a very intensive resource draw initially, but it'll all even out once we add more belts of resources to the bus here, like additional belts of circuits and iron and all that. So this guy being a combined belt, what I want to do is going to get a little bit crowded. Apparently don't have enough of these. This guy is going to come over, and we're going to do this. So this is going to combine onto that, and then the circuits are going to come down and hit here. And this guy is just going to go like that. So, okay. So there's that, and then gears. Let's see. Is this the bottom? This is the bottom copper belt. So this thing here is actually misplaced a bit, as is this one. Ish. Things are getting a little crowded. Okay. So gears are way over here, which I failed to put a splitter on. Oh my goodness. Always out of these. Okay. Did I only leave room for one gear line? No, I didn't. I left room for two. And I'm placing these undergrounds wrong every time. I really should place them correctly the first go around. Okay, there we go. I'm getting my inventory full of all this stuff, but that's okay. There we go. And then this guy actually needs to split right there. Luckily, this isn't moved over. Otherwise, this could interfere here and be a bit of a problem. I'm thinking about this. I may want to rearrange this here a bit. Oh, that did actually need to move back one. Whoops. Because these are going to be needed for... Well, belt needs gears and iron. I don't know that I really want to split it again. I suppose... I probably should put gears and iron on one belt, shouldn't I? And maybe have it on this side. And then have circuits on their own belt. Because we're going to need gears and iron for the belt, too. And we're going to need iron for the pipe. This is a tough decision. Okay, if we put gears and iron over here... I guess we'll just split again. I mean... Yeah, I guess we'll just split again later. Should be okay. Hopefully. Alright, so this guy comes down here. And then we're going to need another underground like this. Boom. A few more undergrounds. We're almost out here. And then this guy is going to go down to here. Okay, so there's that. And then now if we build this out... that, and these guys can export. So we need an export thing here, an export thing here. We'll use iron boxes for now. I do want to cap these. Really, we probably only need one stack of these right now. Actually, be more efficient with our power poles. There we go. Oh. See, why did it ghost those? I had them in my inventory. See, that's what I'm talking about. Is it ghosts because I queued on top of it to grab it before I picked these others up. It'd be really nice if when you actually get more in your inventory, it doesn't still do the ghost. It just lets you place the real thing. And then this is borked because this actually needed iron. See, so iron and gears actually on one belt would have been a lot smarter. I may redo that later. I may rearrange these later, honestly. Could we rearrange them now, I wonder? Nah, whatever. Okay, so then belt. Actually, let's do pipe, because we have some belt here. We're not needing red belt at the moment, so this will do for now. I mean, we may get time to set it up this episode, but... so pipe is going to require iron, which I almost want... like pulling from a separate belt. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna do something like this. So here's pipe. These guys need to insert there, and then this guy's gonna export. We are gonna export both, simply because we actually need both of these. So, bring that. Ooh, we're actually done with research. And I know you guys need lights. We're going to place some lights, too. Don't you worry. Rocket fuel's not really needed. We could research all these modules, though. Those are ways off, too, but wouldn't hurt. Sort of capacity bonus, too. So then, yeah, let's build some lights. Lights are something else we should add to this little mall of ours. just because I know it is a bit dark. I need to add some power poles to the bus. That should hopefully help. I mean, you don't really need to see the bus, do you? I'm joking. I'll add some lights later on. Okay, so then iron is going to come down. This will be super simple because luckily both these only require iron and no gears or anything. And something has happened with our iron production. I'm guessing the gears have eaten it all. Actually, it seems a bit more severe than that. So, I'm not sure. We'll do a stack of these and 2 stacks of these? Actually, no. Normally you need more undergrounds than anything. Seriously. I'm wondering, where did all our iron go to gear making? Is that what the deal is? No, this is definitely limping along. Something's wrong here. Power's okay. We don't have any iron to make more miners, so bit of a chicken and the egg situation here. Like, this is actually a problem. Yeah, there's nowhere near enough ore. Some of these miners must have dried up already. Like I said, this patch is not very rich at all. Yeah, this entire road just dried up, no wonder. There's some iron back here, which is kind of a pain. There's hardly any there, though. Actually, almost all of this just dried up. Alright, let's, there's really not much there, but I'll grab it. We got a few of those left. Might as well use them. There's actually a decent-ish amount here. Not a ton. So if we move this back, this is gonna get a little wonky, but I do want to make sure we grab that. There's those. I think we need even more, honestly. Just kind of preemptively hook most of these up. We are going to need trains to get more iron here very shortly. This is being mined out far quicker than I thought it would be. Alright, so then we can just do another merge here. Pretty simple. And I don't really need to set a priority on that or anything at the moment. Okay, get that. Get this-ish, or not. That should give us almost a full belt now. And I suppose while we're at it, we could just finish building this out. Whoop. Oh no, we got it. Oh, backwards. Alright, there we go. So that should completely finish that out. Copper also seems to be in a very similar situation. Yep, two of these have actually mined out completely already. So keep in mind, guys, this is default settings. So this is fairly close. I mean, it's going to vary some, but this is fairly close to what you would get with default settings. So if it seems like these resources are not rich enough for what you like, make sure that you bump up your settings up from default. Because this is kind of what we're looking like here. Normally, I would bump my settings up. This is not the type of resource settings I would play on normally, but I wanted to do the default settings just to see what they're like in 0.17 because they did change quite a bit of stuff with the map generation. Okay. One more of these. We're out of iron, but there's hardly any iron still on the belts to even make anything. We are seriously resource restricted right now. I added way more miners than we had, but actually, with all the consumption of circuits and stuff, it probably would not be a bad idea to expand this out. I thought I had like a ton of stone. Apparently not. Let's grab some more 7. Let's make sure we can make 8. Okay. In these, I don't need all this coal. Let's dump some of this ore into our furnaces. Okay, so this is mostly making it to the end of the line. The last 4 aren't quite getting it, but this is actually a full belt now. So it should really actually be getting to the end, unless the ratio's changed. It's possible. For some reason, part of this isn't actually compressed. Or it wasn't. See, like, right... I don't know. Maybe I'm just going insane. Right, okay, so we'll set up these furnaces. Here we go. And we need inserters and some belt. I don't have enough belt at the moment, but... let's, we can actually just grab some iron here. And make a bit of belt. And we should switch these now, actually, to medium power pulls. That would be very smart. Much better than this junk. Your time is gone, small power pulls. Because see, now we can do it with just 2. In fact, we could do this, but I kind of like that a little better. So this skips every 2, so this one would go here. Here. We're out of copper, that's why we couldn't make more. Okay, so I've added some more copper, that should be good. Iron is cranking now. And these guys should be going good. So we've not filled that up. It fills this up first. Basically what happens here. And then it will insert into here. So then belt. Belt becomes a little interesting because it's a bit of a complicated system. And this is where like a blueprinted thing would come in handy to make it cleaner and organized, because we need to make belt and fast belt, which isn't that complicated, but then we need to make the undergrounds and the fast undergrounds. And the gist of the matter here in the splitters is that these take a absurd amount of gears in total. This thing alone, it takes 40 gear wheels a piece. And this takes another 10. And then these take 5 a piece. So this is why, like, red belt, we're not at a stage where we need red belt yet. Before we even consider doing red belt, we need to add a whole second line here anyway. And I already have belt made here. I suppose we could like set just normal belt up to be made, and well, at the very least we should set up splitters and undergrounds, because I am making those by hand, which is a little bit silly. So we're gonna bring gears over because we do need those. This could share an iron line because the pipes are not something we're really actually going to be taking much of, like, in all honesty. Okay, so what I said, that was that. Okay. Because those are really only needed for, like, oil, right? And water stuff. Why am I making fastness? To have it, guys, I'm sorry. Alright, so let's make some more of these guys. We need to automate these too. There's a lot that needs to go in here. Fairly extensive process, which is why I keep putting it off. So then these need to also grab circuits. Oh, they need belt too. Okay, new plan. This is not how I would normally do it. This is, well, actually. Yeah, well, okay, so we make 4 of these a second, right? Because we get 2 output every half second, and this requires 4 every second. So that's enough for that one. It is, however, not enough for this one. But, again, it's not something that needs to run constantly like science. So I'm okay with that. And then this also needs gears. Wow. Okay. So this goes here. This is going to be gears. And we take some of these and output, output. That's bought. So then this guy needs to be gears. Yeah, this iron. This iron's going to go real quick, guys. Oh no. I'm making circuits. That's unacceptable. that. And how about this time we actually underground things properly? This guy goes to here-ish. Yep, and then from here down to here. And then this one more. From here down to here. Okay. Wait. No, okay, I'm good. Alright, so then this is gonna split. He's gonna take that. We'll stick this here. Oh. Here and here. Couple more iron boxes, and this should be good to go. So, which one are we gonna use more? Probably gonna use more undergrounds. I'm gonna do 2 stacks here and 1 stack here. And the reason I say more undergrounds is because we're undergrounding like all this stuff, whereas the splitters, like on one split off, we're only using 1 splitter, right? But depending where we're splitting off from, we may use 4, 6, 8 undergrounds to get to where we need to go. So, kind of thought process there. Oh, this needs circuits. Well, that's extremely inconvenient. Okay, then. Let's see. That's actually really inconvenient. This doesn't even need gears. Now there's this. What am I doing? Okay. Well, in that case... Okay, fine. As this one doesn't even need gears. So what's gonna happen? We're gonna do a little bit of shenanigans here. Like that. Has this made any yet? Sweet. It's just what I needed. Okay, so circuits gonna come over this way. See, it's nice when you underground things properly because then you don't have to do it. Although this is right in the way. That's okay. There we go. Now it should work. Thank goodness for underground belts. Allows us to do stuff like this. And finally, we finished all those researches just in time. We can't actually get... Flamethrowers really aren't that great. Combat robotics are interesting. I don't have blue science yet. Modular armor wouldn't hurt. We do need red circuits for that, I believe. Yeah. It's not quite there, but it's nice to have. And, so what is this waiting on? Belt? Yeah, like I said, this can't support everything, but once this fills up, it'll be fine. These are all filled up, which is perfect. I'm going to grab a stack of those. And there we go. I think that's going to be it for now, guys. We'll do a much more robust belt setup later. But for right now, our next objective is going to be oil and blue science. And then, like I said, before we even go on to red belt, I'd like to just add a whole nother line here before we move to a higher level belt. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. I'm glad to be back doing this. There will be more Satisfactory as well along with this. And I'm going to try to kind of split the two and just kind of even things out. Anyway, any thoughts, questions, leave below. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.